Shalom. Wow, that's really loud. Hello, hello, hello. Shabbat Shalom. Chag Sameach. So I will just explain that we are when we have Shabbat that coincides with the festival, we do a very abbreviated Kabbalat Shabbat service. We don't do the full Kabbalat Shabbat service. Now the question is, why is that the case? And so the rabbis had this feeling that there was so much natural joy in the festival itself that we didn't need to add to the joy by having Kabbalat Shabbat, which is usually what we do to express that sense of joy. So we are doing a very abbreviated Kabbalat Shabbat service tonight, and I'm just going to check in with. Are we not? Are we good? Okay. So instead of doing a full Kabbalat Shabbat, the service begins with the Psalm for Shabbat. So we're going to begin on page 23 of our prayer books as we begin this abbreviated festival service. Page 23, Mizmor Shir L'Yom HaShabbat.
שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשבחה עליון, ולזמר לשבחה עליון. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשבחה עליון, ולזמר לשבחה עליון. להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות עלי יחזור Shabbat, מזמור שיר ליום השבת, כתוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשבחה עליון, ולזמר לשבחה עליון. ואמונתך בלילות עלי יחזור עלי עלי היגיון מזמור שיר ליום השבת לאדוני ולזמר
wish would make you happy. Share something you wish would make you happy. You're not feeling particularly happy. Um, but I'm going to share this story, which is one of my favorite Sukkot stories. It's a story that Rabbi Jonathan Sachs of blessed memory told about one of the first times he built a sukkah. So he had said the story says that, I was just recently married. This is his story, and settled into our new home. And a friend said, I'm off to the local lumber yard to buy some wood to build my sukkah. Are you interested in coming with me? So Rabbi Sachs, I said, yes. We didn't have a car. I'd been wondering how I was going to transport what I needed to build my sukkah. So the offer was like a gift from God. So we went and got the things that we were needing for building. But there was a strong contrast between us. My friend, who would later become one of the great rabbis of of British Jewry, was superbly organized for building his sukkah. He had drawn up plans. It was to have windows and a door, and it was going to require serious carpentry skills. And he had a list of everything that he needed. And I, in contrast, felt ashamed of myself because I had no idea how to make a sukkah. And I was always at the bottom of my class when it came to woodworking and practical skills, and even changing a light bulb was challenging for me. So he said, I followed him into the car, hoping that my inspiration would come. Once we got to the lumber yard, he rattled off everything he needed, from his wooden beams to his hinges and screws. And I just decided to settle for some hardwood, some wooden supports, and a bag of nails. We each went back to our homes with our materials to see the results of our efforts. Now, when I looked at his sukkah later after he had finished, it was a thing of beauty, Rabbi Sachs says, something in which anyone would have thought that they would be sitting for a week in complete comfort and equanimity. But our sukkah that I had constructed was, in contrast, it had three beams, three hardwood beams to make three walls nailed to one another, and they were all resting against the back of our house. And it looked like there was a large packing case, in contrast, with a hole I left for the door. So he writes, the festival arrived, and as luck would have it, there was a huge storm on the second night of Sukkot. The wind howled, and it blew itself into a gale. In the synagogue the next morning, my friend, he said, sat dejected. His sukkah had blown down. What, he said, happened to your sukkah? It's still standing, I said. He could hardly believe it. His elaborate sukkah had been overturned while my makeshift one had survived. I have to come around and see what happened, he said. So he went after services to our house, and we soon found the answer. Unlike his, our sukkah did not stand alone. It had three walls, and for the fourth, it was resting against the house. To stop it from collapsing, I had enjoined one corner to the wall of the house with a single nail. And it was that nail that had held firm during the storm. My friend laughed and said, now I understand the meaning of Sukkot. You can plan and construct an elaborate building, but if it's not joined to something stable, one day the winds will come and blow it down. Alternatively, you can make an improvised shelter, which looks frail and probably is, but if it's joined even at only one point to something immovable, it can hold fast in the worst storm. The nail in the corner, he said, looking at me with a smile I have never forgotten, is faith. That is the story. The fragile little sukkah that held firm in a storm because it had a nail put into something. Firmness and stability. May we all be blessed with that faith in the coming year to hold firm when the storms of life eventually come, which they will. Shabbat Shalom. All right. I know that we're probably still have how's our tech going? All right. So I'm going to say I'm going to introduce myself. Is this on, Rand? Hello, hello. It says it's on. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, there we go. So I'm David Glansberg Cranen, and something that is bringing me joy in the coming year is the next week, and the ability to just spend some lovely, lovely time with people in a sukkah.
Perseverance. Learned a lesson in perseverance from my grandchildren, my grandsons, this past week. Shelly and I were taking care of them over the holidays. We were playing miniature golf, and my 4-year-old grandson, Jesse, was up at a hole, and Shelly turned to him and said, "This is a 4-year-old," and said to him, "What's your plan for getting a hole in one, Jesse?" And he looked back over his shoulder and said, "Charge ahead and win." And that's the way he put it. And so I think the perseverance, and he also 108 the next day at bowling, which is another perseverance. It just shows that you can overcome anything. And even at a young age, I think some of us learn that. Hopefully, all of us learn that and can move forward and overcome obstacles.
And by the way, that was Carl Hittinger. Just
My name,
introduce yourself
my
first.
name is Corey.
And we're just about things that make us happy.
What makes me happy is to have the opportunity to join a community like yourselves that is not one that I expected to be embraced by, and I appreciate the fact that I have become part of the group here, and I thank Cantor Agar and Rabbi for welcoming me.
We are so thrilled to have you. Hazan, you have your.
Uh, I'm Jacob Agar, um, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the holidays finishing.
Hi, I'm Tess Zakreski, and something that I've been really grateful for recently is really my brother who lives nearby and who helped us with some plumbing issues over the weekend. So I'm looking forward to dry floors and all that kind of stuff. And the other thing that really brings me joy is music, and I'm getting to make it more and more, not only here, but at work. And so it's great.
Hi, I'm Lisa, and I felt very blessed that this week, this in the last couple of days, we were able to get our vaccines and get the flu shot, and that was a blessing.
My name is Ray Lefton. I try to just find joy in every day, in every moment, and live in the moment and present. And being here with everyone also brings joy.
Gary Greenblatt. I guess just being here and the day to day, just doing everything.
We won't forget you, Aaron and Devorah. Don't worry.
Hi, Louise Goldman, and feeling very happy because I became a great aunt. Um, Thank you.
A great
Ba-
aunt, did you say?
A great aunt.
Oh, must have.
Baby was born on Rosh Hashanah,
Hmm.
and hopefully we're going to get to see him this week.
Nice.
And I finished the blanket I was making for him.
Oh, hallelujah.
That's it.
Hi, I'm Myron Goldman. I guess we'll be going down to see the little critter um, in a couple of weeks. Um, Nothing particularly unusual happened, but thank God, every I live a pretty happy life, and every day is good. And spent another week with my wife, and life is good.
Hi, I'm Devorah Grasky Roberts. I'm grateful that Yom Kippur is over and we're on to a more pleasant part of the year. Just
Hi, I'm Aaron Grosky, and I'm also love music and both here and well Wednesday night part of a big band at a we played a concert and we're going to be playing here again in about a month for the Torah fundraiser.
Oh, nice.
So we're looking forward to that.
Beautiful. Gail?
I'm Gail Vogel, and I would say that I'm feeling extremely grateful to my older son who is so patient with me and helps me with phone, computer, and car stuff, and you name it. Uh, and his daughter is now with her permit and driving.
My name is Melanie Portman, and I'm grateful to be here tonight, beginning Sukkot with all of you, and that we got to go out in the Sukkah. And I'm grateful that next weekend I'm getting to go to Virginia and celebrate a family wedding with cousins that I haven't seen in a long time.
My name is Shelley Hittinger, and I was grateful this week. On Tuesday, I picked up my granddaughter Fiona here at Beth Shalom's preschool and ran into my daughter Sarah, who's picking up one of my other grandchildren here. And we all decided to go out to Sprinkles for ice cream. And we had 3 of the 4 grandchildren there, and it was lovely. And I'm hoping for the coming year to have many more opportunities of that sort.
That's a blessing. Yeah.
I'm Debbie Shane. I guess I'm grateful during this past month, we were able to spend time with our children and with extended family during Rosh Hashanah. So it's been very nice to be with everybody.
I'm Jonathan Shane, and I guess what I'm grateful for is that one of the first grade students that I work with, every time he sees me, he gives me a big hug. So that makes me feel really great.
Thank you all for sharing what brings you joy and feeling that you are blessed. And I want to also, I feel like the cantor and I, we're very grateful over the high holidays and also want to say for tonight for having Randy and Matt do what they do to help make sure that what we're able to be doing in the way of high holiday services was able to be received by people. As Ruth said, there were over 700 people or screens watching and partaking of high holiday services throughout the country. And it's because of these guys that they were able to have that experience and we could hear things in the room. So I meant to thank them during high holidays. So belatedly, I want to thank them for making all that possible. I guess I don't need this much either. So anyhow, thanks to all, and thanks for sharing your joys and what brings you a sense of happiness. And we're going to now invite you, if you're able to rise, we're going to continue with Baruch Hu on page 28.
Baruchu et Adonai hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Mevorach leolam vahed.
Baruch Adonai Borach leolam vaed.
You may be seated as we continue page 28, privately Mari Varavi.
Baruch Adonai Mevorach. ומעביר יומי לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו, אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, המעריב הערבי.
Amen. Join with us as we sing Ahavat Olam, page 29.
אהבת עולם בישראל עמך עמך תורה ומצוות חוקים ומשפטים אותנו לימדת, אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשוכבנו ובקומנו נעשייה בחוקיך ונשמח בדברי תורתך מצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו Yorek beinu Uva emneke Yomam van ayla Yahavateka tasir Vivenu Yodanim Baruch atah Adonai Ohevavu Yisrael Ohevavu Yisrael Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Yafta et Adonai Elohecha בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקועך וקשרתם להיות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך והיה עם שמות תשמעו מצוותי אשר נקים
Continuing privately through the middle of page 31.
את השמיים אלוהי ואתה הרבתו
ושמתם בדברי. ויאמר משה לאמור
למה תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם אדוני אלוהיכם
Continuing page 32, Emet.
אמת כל סוכן אלוהינו ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה נתנו שירה בשמחה רבה ואמרו כולם מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, תורת תהילות כוסף אלה. נקרא ובניך, בוקי היה לפני משה, לילי עלו ויאמרו Elohim Elohim Leolam Baruch atah Adonai Gal Yisrael.
Join with us as we continue with Hashkivenu, page 33.
Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'Israel Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom V'Hamidenu Malkeinu L'Israel Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom V'Hamidenu Malkeinu L'Israel Ushvor sedeno Uvoedo Lekhaim Shalom Emeyanavi Adolam Ashkeinu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom V'Hamidenu Malkeinu Ashkeinu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom V'Hamidenu Malkeinu Ashkeinu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom V'Hamidenu Malkeinu Ashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom V'Hamidenu Malkeinu Lecha Baruch atah Adonai Yisrael V'Yad Yerushalayim.
Amen. Join with us, Shabru, thanking God for the gift of Shabbat, the covenant between God and the Jewish people, page 34.
Yishameru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ולגדולם. בני ישראל אותי ידי לעולם בני ובני בני ישראל אותי לעולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי שבת וירחש Eloi Israel, Oti Ati Leolam, Eloi Israel, Oti Leolam. Yishmaru Israel et HaShabbat Vason et HaShabbat לדורותם
Chazan will announce the festival day, page 34.
וידבר משה את מוני אדוני אל בני ישראל
Again, if you're able to rise, we invite you to do so. We're doing the festival Amidah, which we'll do privately beginning on page 41. If you're following along, we include the insertions for Sukkot and the ones in parentheses, which are the special insertions for Shabbat. But we invite you, as always, to spend at least a little bit of time on your own personal offering and prayer to God. Chatzi Kaddish continues, page 34.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה.
Amen.
ביעלמה דברה קירותי ומלך מלכותי. בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי כל בית ישראל. בעגלה ובעגלה ובזמן ויאמרו אמן. יש מרע דבורה לעולם ימיה יתברך יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהלל 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 שמי לקודשה בריחו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן ביעלמה.
Those of you who are still davening, please continue. Those of you who concluded should feel free to be seated as we conclude with Oseh Shalom.
Oseh Shalom Bimrodav Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu Yako Yisrael Yako Yoshvei Amen. La 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 la
For those of you who arrived a few minutes once the service started, we did actually walk into the sukkah and did the blessing of Leishev Basukah and did Kiddush there because Kolami was going to be in the sukkah a little bit later. So that is why we are not doing Kiddush at this point in the service since we've already done it. So if you're able to rise, we invite you to do so as we turn to page 51 for Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol,
Latet gedula liotzer breshit,
shelo asanu k'goyei haratzot,
ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגבר עלינו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני מלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר
אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו So we still have a few more opportunities to ask one thing of God because according to our tradition, the book of life is not fully sealed until we get to Hoshana Rabbah, which is on Friday. So we're going to turn ahead to page 80 and continue with Achat Sha'alti. On page 80 of your prayer book, Psalm 27, we get to ask one thing of God for a few more days until we get to Hoshana Rabbah and things get sealed. And again, we can talk about whether or not people have any questions about the theology of the book, etc. But in terms of our mythic structure, we've got a little bit more time. So page 80, Achat Sha'alti.
Akashati Bezanur Vodavakesh Akashati Bezanur Adonai, Odakesh. Shifti baveit Adonai, Kol yamei Lakazot bedoam, bedoam Adonai, Uvaker v'cherecha. Lakazot bedoam, bedoam Adonai, Uvaker v'cherecha.
Invite those of you who are in the process of morning or observing the outside standing, those of you watching on the live stream of Zoom, page 52, we turn back to the Mortis Kaddish. Yid Gadal, Yid Kadash, Shemei Rabbah, V'alma Divrach Yirute, V'yamlich Malchute, V'chayechon, V'yomechon, V'chaye, Dechol Beit Yisrael, V'agala Uvizman Kariv, Yimru, Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah,
Rabba
Yivrach,
Mivarach
Li'olam
Leolam
Omei, Amayim.
Almaya.
Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitpa'ar, V'yitromam, V'yitnaseh. V'yitadar, V'yitalev, V'yitalal, Shemei Dekudesha, Barichu.
Berichu.
Elah min kol birchata v'shirata, tush b'chata v'nechemata, namiran bi'alma v'yimru.
Amen.
Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru.
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen.
Amen.
As God who brings peace and comfort on high, to bring peace and comfort to all who are remembering loved ones. Again, we want to say Shabbat Shalom, Chag Sameach, Gemar Chatima Tova, all of the blessings of the season. Thank you all for being here. Those of you in person who are here, those who are watching on the Zoom, we want to thank Carl and Corey, Tess and Lisa for making music for us, along with our Chazan on this Shabbat of Sukkot. We have a wonderful, wonderful young man who will have his bar mitzvah. Be called to the Torah as a bar mitzvah. Joey Chaikin tomorrow. Hope many of you can join us in the main sanctuary at 9:30. We think the rain will be over, so we think we'll stay dry. So we're looking forward to that. After the service, those of you who might be wishing to join Carol Nemiroff, she is doing the postponed Shabbat Shuvah Labyrinth Walk tomorrow at 2. And that's at Holy Family University on Grant and Frankfurt Avenues in the Northeast. So you can join those who are going to have that meditative time as we are still in this season of rejoicing during this month of Tishrei. Other important events to let you know about. Obviously, we will be celebrating the Yom Tov days of Sukkot here. Sunday morning services at 9 a.m. will be in the Sisterhood Sanctuary. Friday night, Erev Shmini Atzeret, and then Shmini Atzeret on Shabbat will also include Yizkor prayers. And then we have a wonderful Erev Simchat Torah glow dance party for Saturday night. And then Sunday, last day of Chag, is Simchat Torah morning, 9 o'clock again. And then the intermediate days will be, a morning minyan will be at 7:30. We will get to go to Hoshana Rabbah and get rid of any of those last little sins by whacking our willows, which we love to do here, right outside the door here on Friday morning. That should be fun. In the meantime, preschool pizza in the hut is Monday night, Monday afternoon, 5:30. Our Etgar program in the Sukkah is 5 o'clock on Tuesday. Thursday, Men's Club annual steak, scotch, and shiur with, I will be teaching a little taste of Talmud in the Sukkah. Hopefully you've RSVP'd for that, because I don't know if the RSVP is still open for your steak, but that's Thursday night beginning at 6. And then upcoming events, Sisterhood Dinner and Fashion Show, Wednesday the 11th of October, Nexter's Coffee House, Shabbat, Motzei Shabbat, Saturday the 14th. Israeli Cafe Night with Chazan Tillman on the 21st. And our next gardening program with Julie Slavitt of the Tukani Frankfurt Waterford Partnership, Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Lots of things happening on the calendar. Hopefully you'll join us for many of them. Anything that I need to mention that Chazan I didn't get to that you're aware of?
Got everything.
Baruch Hashem, thanks be to God. So we can continue and conclude with Adon Olam, page 54.
Adonam Hashem Malach B'terem Kol Yetzir Ivra V'yein Asa V'Keso Kol Adai Melech Shemo Nikra V'yakarei Kikot Kol V'vado Imodo Dora V'hu Haya V'hu Ove והוא יהיה בתפארה, והוא אחד יהיה שני, והשילו ליפירה, והיא ראשית, והיא תכלית, והעוז והמזרח, והוא אלי וחי גורלי, וצורך